bitch out the room and gave her no breakfast. Had to stash the jewels, these bitches so reckless. Keep my hoes on cruise, I'm talking naughty uptown, showing off for new things. Couldn't take it all, so I gave her chain. She called me top shot.
So I want to tell you guys about my most interesting date. It's not the best date. Maybe I might tell you my best date that I've ever been on when I'm ready in the future. But for now, this is the most interesting. For the backstory, there was this guy that used to work on my job a while ago. And I mean, years ago. It was years. It was a long time ago. I've been on my job for a long time. I used to work on this account, and he worked on the same account, but he didn't do the same things that I did. So he used to come and ask me like lots of questions about, like, since I was doing majority of the work on the account, he used to come by like clear across the call center to come and ask me questions about what was going on the account, about certain customers and stuff. And I would help him out. Months later, he came. I can't even remember how it happened, but he came and he asked me, he asked for my phone number for a specific reason. I don't remember what it was. That's how long ago it was. And while he was texting me his question or whatever, at some point he asked me, or he told me that he's been trying to talk to me for a long time, and he was trying to find excuses to come and talk to me by asking questions about customers. Although he said he really didn't have questions, he just wanted to come by and ask questions, which was really sweet. But he said the reason that he didn't try and talk to me sooner, because at the time my brother was working there, and he always used to see this guy coming to my desk and talking to me all the time. And he thought that my brother was my boyfriend or something. Like, we look exactly alike. Like, how could you think he was my boyfriend? He seemed like a nice guy, so I decided that I was gonna, I will go out with him, whatever. He asked me if I wanted to go and watch a boxing match with him. And I like boxing. I don't watch it religiously, but I do enjoy looking at it. So he said that he wanted me to come with him and his friends to watch a match at someone's house. It was Floyd Mayweather, of course, and someone else. I don't remember. Again, it was a long time ago. And he came to my house and he picked me up. And after he picked me up, he went and he picked up his friend. No, it was his cousin. He went to pick up his cousin. And then when the cousin got in the car, the cousin didn't even say anything to me. He was really quiet. It was very weird. And I think I said something like, hi. And then he kind of looked up a little bit like this and he's like, hi. It's like, okay. So he's probably shy. Then later on, he goes and picks up his cousin's girlfriend. After waiting outside for like what seems like 30 minutes, she finally comes out of her apartment and she gets in the car. So in that 30 minutes we were waiting for her, it was like an awkward, dead silence in the car. It was just him, the cousin, me just sitting there. Finally she comes to the car, and when she gets to the car, she's like on the phone. She's standing like outside on the phone, and she's speaking really loud about something. I don't know what it was, but it was heated, a little heated. And after she calmed down, after like 5 minutes, she finally got in the car. It was even more awkward. No highs, no hellos. So I spoke up. I was like, hi. And then she's like, hi. And that was it. So now four of us are like sitting in the car in silence. At some point, my date turns on the music and we start talking a little bit. Like me and him starts talking. So after a while, we noticed that there's noise coming from the car. It's like more towards the back of the car. I don't know what it was. It was just making a strange noise that it was not making when just me and my date was in the car. He pulls into the gas station, and my date gets out of the car, and he calls his cousin out of the car too. And they close the door and they're like talking or whatever for like a couple of seconds, and then they come back into the car and my date was like, let's sit in the back seat. So I thought this was really weird. So So me and my date gets in the back seat, and his cousin and his girlfriend sits in the front seat. It's still really quiet between them all, but we take off, and we're driving for about 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden his cousin starts slowing down the car, and then he just comes to a complete stop, like right in the middle of the street, which I thought was very weird. And then I look to the back to see if maybe there was something behind us, and I see like flashing lights. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting stopped by the police. And I'm like, what's going on? So then the cop walks up to the car, and then he asks the cousin for his driver's license and his registration and stuff. And my date like tries to reach over to the glove compartment to try and take out his registration papers because it's his car. And as the police is like looking at the guy's as he's looking at my date's cousin's driver's license, he opens the door and tells him to get out. At this point I start panicking. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, what's going on? What just happened? What just happened? And then the police is like, you're under arrest. I was like, what is going on? And then he's like, you have warrants out for your arrest, and we're gonna have to take you in. So he starts like doing the whole thing, giving saying the rights or whatever. And he's putting him in handcuffs, and he's like against the car. And at this point, like, I'm almost in tears. Like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know his cousin. It's the first time I'm meeting him, and he's getting arrested. I partly felt responsible, like it was my fault, because we kind of all came to pick me up, you know, at some point. So I was like almost in tears, and he was getting arrested, and my date was upset, but he didn't seem like he was shocked almost, which was kind of weird. I'm like, why am I the only one like freaking out right now? So the police takes the guy away, and he tells my date that he can come and sit down. The reason we got pulled over, by the way, is because the lights weren't on. I think when they switched spots in the car, the new driver forgot to put on the headlights, and it was nighttime, and that's why they pulled us over. So anyways, they took him away, and my date got in the driver's seat, and he was like pissed off. He's cursing up a storm. He's like, we have to go pick him up at the police station and stuff. And I was like, what just happened? I was like, why did you guys even switch seats? He was like, his cousin was too big, and while he was sitting in the back of the car, like his weight, I guess, I don't know if it was his cousin or his cousin and his girlfriend, but like I guess they were too heavy. It was kind of like pulling down in the back of the car, and that's why I was making that noise that I mentioned before, and that's the reason we had to all get out, like get up and just like switch spots. So the lighter people were in the back, and the heavier people were in the front of the car. Never heard of that before. So after that, we all went to the police station, and the whole time this is happening, the cousin's girlfriend isn't saying anything. Like, I forgot she was even in the car. But we all show up at the police station. My date is doing most of the talking. He's asking the people like what time they can bail him out of jail. They said that they can only bail him out at midnight, not a second before, and at this time it was like 9 o'clock, so we had to wait 3 hours. They told us how much it would be to bail him out, and we didn't have the money. So the cousin, she's on the phone talking to someone else. At this point, she still hasn't said anything to us. She hasn't said anything to us. Only thing she said so far was hi when I said hi to her when we first got in the car. So we all pile into the car, and we go driving around the place to find someone's uncle. I don't remember whose uncle it was. It was either my date's uncle or it was his cousin's uncle, but we go and find this uncle, and we had to drive maybe it was an hour. It was like 35 to 40 minutes to find him, ask him for money, because we didn't have, well, I don't remember if I had money, but I'm not gonna bail a stranger out of jail with my money. So they got money from the uncle. We were out there for a while waiting for him. It took us a while to get there, and it took us a while for the uncle to come outside to give us money. and then we had to drive sometime back to the police station. And even when we got back there, we still had time. We were still waiting for that time, like midnight, for us to bail him out. So midnight came. When we were sitting there waiting the whole time, we're like laughing and telling jokes and having a good time. You would think it wasn't a big deal or whatever. And we were talking, we were having a good time. He started explaining to me that this is not the first time his cousin got arrested. He says probably like his 10th time. So I understood why everybody was so cool about the whole thing. Cousin's girlfriend still hasn't said anything. She's dead silent. At midnight, we bail him out. The cousin walks through the door, out the door and stuff, and he's like, thanks. And then my date's like, yeah, I know it's after midnight and the fight's already started, it's probably almost over, but you guys want to still see it? Everybody's like, yeah. I was like, this guy just came out of jail. Like, a fight is like the last thing on your mind, or should be the last thing on your mind, right? No. So we all piled in the car. We drove to the fight party that we were going to. I think it was next to that same uncle's house. We get there at almost like 2 o'clock in the morning. Fight's over. Everybody there inside the party tells us who won the fight. Wasn't interesting. So when we get there, the fight's ending, the guests are leaving, and we're just like sitting there talking, and like we didn't just go through like hell like for the past like 4 hours. It was like completely normal to them, like everything. They were just so nonchalant about the whole thing. So I just kind of went along with it. And no, we didn't get to see the fight. The whole night was just us bailing people out of jail. And at the end of the night, we said our goodbyes. I don't think his cousin's girlfriend said bye or good night. I'm pretty sure the whole time we were together, she still only said that one word, hi. Maybe it was the most powerful word in her vocabulary or something. That was it. My date, cool guy, but we didn't really hang out like that after that. Not because of the situation, it didn't work out. Nice guy. He's a really nice guy. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I'm hoping that everything is okay. I know he kept purposely falling off the map because of situations he's in, but I hope that he's doing good. And yeah, that was my interesting date. That was the most interesting date I've ever went on. And I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and let me know your thoughts on the situation, and I will chat with you later. Bye, perps!